on to the next team. So one of Bill Belichick's disciples, Brian Flores, obviously the head coach out there in Miami. Now, Miami, they barely missed the playoffs last year. And you would say one of the biggest reasons they missed the playoffs last year was Tua. Tua looked bad. Tua didn't have that it factor going into last season. That's why there was a lot of offseason speculation. Can Tua be replaced? Even though the Dolphins just drafted him, there's a lot of talk and chatter. Hey, Deshaun Watson, he wants out. Miami, let's go ahead. We got some draft assets. Let's move some stuff and go get him. Didn't happen. As of right now, Tua is going to be the set starter for that team. Will Fuller comes into town, joining Devontae Parker. They did draft Jaylen Waddle, so they're completely changed around that wide receiving core. So Tua does have weapons, but can he hit them? Is he willing to take those risks that he wasn't last year? Because I think the biggest problem with him, he played too much cautious football. And that was one of the biggest things that separated him from Ryan Fitzpatrick last year. Ryan Fitzpatrick goes in, he just wants to sling it. And that's when the Dolphins were at their best, when Ryan Fitzpatrick was just slinging it. Well, I do think that I don't want Tua to be a double-digit interception guy moving forward. I do think that he could be a little less risk adverse.
I said this before the NFL draft. I'm going to own up to this until I eventually pass away, but I am still going to pick Tua as my MVP for this season. Yeah, I know. Bold takes. I know.
Okay. I'm with it. A man sticking with this conviction here.
At the time, I thought they were going to be drafting Jamar Chase. They ended up going with Jaylen Waddle. I still think that's a very good piece that's going to fit into their offense. Does it bring them over to the top? No. Do I wish I could take my take back? Yes, but I'm not going to because, like you said, I'm a man of my convictions. But that offense should be electric this season, especially if Tua just takes his own chains off, just takes them off, leaves them behind, and he just slings the ball like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, he has so much potential, and he's got a lot of downfield targets that want a deep ball. So, I mean, I hope he can, just get out of his own head and just throw the ball.
Well, similar to what the Patriots argument was, even if he doesn't, can that defense keep them viable in some games? Last year, the defense was definitely what was winning them a lot of those contests.
Of course.
But this year, their defense has a little bit of turmoil going on within. Xavier Howard just requested a trade within the last week, came out with a big, long spiel on Instagram. Will they trade him? He doesn't have much leverage in this negotiation for a trade. But even then, I do think that doesn't help that one of your leaders on defense is having this big argument with the organization. And then they did randomly release Kyle Van Noy, so they do have one less veteran on that defense as well.
Who ended up going back to the Patriots.
So hit for them, a plus for you guys. Overall, I think that is a little concerning as far as the Dolphins being able to continue to contend. And last year, again, the fact they just came up so short, I think will definitely stick with that team.
Of course. And for me, Kyle Van Noy, it didn't seem like the right fit for me. So I don't know if I would say for me, that's alarming. Xavier Howard 100% is. I mean, you have a young star, arguably a top 5 cornerback in the game at this point, still growing his game. He wants out. I mean, what are you going to do? He doesn't have leverage, like you said. They're probably not going to trade him, but it's up to the Dolphins now. Can they repair that relationship enough? It's interesting that, there's similar things going on in the AFC East because you have the same thing going on with N'Keal Harry, obviously not the same talent level, requests a trade, but he's been doing good in camp, and Xavier Howard shows up to camp. He's doing good. So we'll see. We'll see if he plays through it and the Dolphins can repair that relationship, but who knows?
I don't think I ever actually marked my record prediction. So last year they finished 10-6. Mm-hmm. I actually did have them with a 1-game improvement, 11-6. So I do see improvement along the way as they did make great additions on that offense. Overall, some of its parts, this should be a better team than last year's Miami Dolphins team.